Did you know that some vegetables thrive during the rainy season? In this video, I will show you the top vegetables you should grow this monsoon and share why they are perfect for this time of year. If you have not yet subscribed to Urban Gardening, then click the subscribe button and hit the bell icon to subscribe and receive notifications as I upload new videos. For best results, always choose top quality seeds from the best companies. Space the seeds about 1 to 2 inch apart. Covering seeds slightly and pressing them with your hand establishes ideal seed to soil contact. Water the seeds gently to avoid washing them away. Capsicum seeds typically take 8 to 12 days to germinate. Keep the pot in a warm, well-lit area to encourage germination. When your seedlings are 5 to 7 inches tall and have developed their first set of true leaves, they are ready for transplanting. Carefully remove the seedling along with its root ball. Capsicum thrives in well-drained fertile soil. For containers, mix 50% garden soil, 30% aged manure and 20% sand. Dig a hole slightly bigger than the root ball, then place seedling into the planting hole and fill around it. If growing multiple plants, space them 10 to 15 inches apart for their healthy growth. After planting, water well and maintain regular watering. Water deeply once or twice a week depending on how dry your local weather is. Allow the top inch of soil to dry out between waterings. Small white or yellow flowers appear. Capsicum plants are self-pollinating, meaning their flowers contain both male and female parts. Once pollinated, the flower petals drop and a tiny green capsicum begins to form. The fruit expands to its full size over the next 3 to 4 weeks. Capsicums will be ready to harvest in 60 to 90 days. Pick them when they are firm and reach your desired size or color by cutting the stems with scissors rather than pulling. Capsicums are a colorful addition to any garden and come in all kinds of shades: red, yellow, orange, green, purple and even black. Most capsicums start green and change color as they ripen. The outer coat of a bitter gourd seed is very hard. Soak your seeds in water for 12 to 24 hours before planting to speed up germination. Sow the seeds about 1 inch deep. Maintain a spacing of at least 6 to 8 inches between plants to allow vines to spread freely and promote air circulation. Cover the seeds slightly with soil and water gently to keep the soil damp, not soggy. Use a loose, nutrient-dense and well-draining potting medium. A great mix includes 60% garden soil and 40% well-rotted organic compost. Germination usually occurs within 8 to 10 days under warm and consistent conditions. Water regularly to keep the top inch of the soil consistently moist, especially during hot summer days. Bitter gourd thrives in tropical heat. Place your pot in a location that receives at least 6 to 8 hours of direct sunlight every day. This plant is a vigorous climber. When the vine grows long, install a trellis, net or bamboo stakes in the pot for the plant to climb. This prevents fruit from rotting on the soil and improves air circulation. Bitter gourd produces male and female flowers separately, while bees naturally perform pollination. In areas with fewer pollinators, hand pollination improves fruit set. Feed the plants every 15 to 20 days by adding a handful of organic compost or liquid fertilizer to the soil to encourage healthy vine growth and blooming. Use a small trowel to gently dig and mix the fertilizer into the top few inches of soil and soak the soil so the moisture penetrates into the root zone. Vertical support keeps the fruit cleaner, improves airflow, saves space, and makes harvesting much easier. Fruits are usually ready to harvest 60 to 80 days after sowing. Pick them when they are light green, firm, and 4 to 6 inches long before they turn yellow and overripe. Regular harvesting encourages the vine to produce more flowers and fruits. There are multiple varieties. Some produces long, slender fruits while others are shorter and slightly bitterer. Buy fresh taro tubers that show small lively growth points or nodes. Taro thrives in soft, porous and nutrient-rich soil. Use a mix of 50% garden soil, 30% compost and 20% river sand. Place the taro comb in the center of your pot with the pointy side or eye facing directly upwards. Cover the tuber with about 2 inches of potting mix. Water the pot thoroughly after planting and keep it in a warm location. Shoots will usually appear within 10 days. Taro roots spread out and get root bound easily, so choose a large container. Ensure it has drainage holes at the bottom. Taro plants are heavy feeders. Start feeding once the leaves emerge. Feed the plants once in 3 weeks. Taro is a semi-aquatic tropical plant. Keep the soil continuously moist to prevent the plant from getting stressed. Taro leaves can be harvested when the first leaves has grown. The more you pick the leaves, more they grow. Taro leaves have great taste when they are eaten fresh. Leaves can be harvested throughout the growing cycle of the plant. Taro takes roughly about 6 to 7 months to fully mature. You will know the tubers are ready when the leaves begin to turn yellow and dry out during the cooler months. Run a small garden trowel along the inside edge of the pot to loosen the soil and roots. Be very careful not to pierce or slice into the tubers. Now gently pull the main stem to dislodge the root ball. Use your hands to brush off the soil and carefully twist or cut the combs. Never consume raw taro root. Taro contains calcium oxalate crystals, so both the tubers and the stems must be thoroughly cooked before consumption. From a single taro plant, you can typically harvest between 2 to 4 kilograms of edible roots. Amaranth seeds are very fine, so the seeds are sprinkled over the potting mix. To grow amaranth in containers, prepare the potting mix of 30% compost along with 70% of garden soil. Since amaranth seeds are exceptionally tiny, do not bury them deep. Simply sprinkle them evenly over the soil surface, then gently mix the top layer of soil with your hand to lightly cover the seeds. Moisten the soil immediately after planting. To avoid displacing the tiny seeds, use a gentle spray bottle or a light watering can. Keep the soil consistently moist until the seeds sprout, which typically takes 3 to 5 days. Keep the soil evenly moist but not waterlogged until seedlings are well established. Water lightly and frequently to maintain a consistent moisture level. Fertilizing amaranth greens with seaweed is an excellent way to boost the growth, size and nutritional value of your leaves. Because amaranth is a fast-growing leafy green, seaweed provides the necessary natural growth hormones, trace elements and potassium to help the plants thrive. Amaranth leaves grow relatively quickly, germinating in 3 to 5 days and reaching a harvestable size for tender, young leaves just 3 to 4 weeks after sowing. The best part about growing amaranth is that it can be harvested at any time. The small leaves of the plant are tender, while the larger leaves are full of flavor. Amaranth leaves contain 3 times more calcium than spinach and 3 times more vitamin B3. New leaves will start growing from these nodes and will be ready for another harvest within just 2 weeks. Malabar spinach seeds grow best when they are sown directly into the garden. Choose a large container or grow bag that is about 16 to 20 inches wide and at least 8 to 10 inches deep. Fill it with a well-draining, nutrient-rich potting mix. For that, use a mix of 50% garden soil, 30% compost and 20% river sand or perlite. Make some 1-inch deep holes in the soil, spacing them evenly. Gently place one seed in each hole and cover the seeds slightly with soil. Malabar spinach is a summer-loving spinach as it is a warm weather crop. In fact, it is one of the best leafy vegetables for summer, unlike conventional spinach varieties that grow better in the cooler season. After planting the seeds, water thoroughly to keep the soil evenly moist. Malabar spinach plants are perennial, meaning they live for several years. Keep the soil consistently moist until germination, which usually occurs within 1 to 2 weeks. Malabar spinach needs at least 4 to 6 hours of sun each day. The plant does very well in full sunlight and can even tolerate some shade. Leaves are ready to harvest when plant is established and leaves are large enough to eat and can be harvested as needed. Harvest by pinching off the leaves, leaving some on the plant for future growth. Malabar spinach is best eaten soon after harvest. Regular harvesting encourages bushier growth and a continuous supply of fresh Malabar spinach leaves. After every harvest, lots of seaweed fertilizer or cattle dung manure should be provided to the plants to produce thick, big, fleshy leaves. It won't be long before the Malabar spinach leaves are ready for another harvest. You can grow moringa from seeds or cuttings. For seeds, plant them directly in the soil about 1 inch deep, spacing them 2 to 3 inches apart if planting multiple seeds. Cover lightly with soil and press down gently. Watering immediately after planting seeds is crucial to kickstart germination. Moringa seeds germinate best at warm temperatures between 20 to 35 degrees Celsius. Place the pot in a sunny location. Take your moringa plants to their individual spots when they are about 8 to 10 inches tall. Carefully loosen the soil around the roots and move them to their final destination by keeping the root ball intact. The best soil mix for a drumstick plant is a loose, well-draining and nutrient-rich medium. Homemade mix consisting of 50% garden soil, 30% compost and 20% river sand will be very effective. Moringa thrives in warm, sunny climate and can tolerate drought conditions. Select a location that receives full sunlight for at least 6 to 8 hours a day. Water thoroughly right after transplanting and keep the pot in shade for 2 to 3 days to let the plant recover from transplant shock. It is a very fast and vigorous grower. It grows about 10 feet per year, in ideal conditions even up to 20 feet per year. Moringa plants generally do not require heavy fertilization, but adding compost or organic matter to the soil can promote healthy growth. Water the plant moderately, ensuring that the soil remains moist but not waterlogged. From drumsticks, flowers, seeds, leaves to branches, you can harvest and use every part of this plant. You can harvest the leaves when the tree is about 3 feet tall. It takes about 35 to 50 days for a drumstick flower to develop into a fully mature edible fruit. You can also prune annually to contain the tree's height and encourage branching. Moringa, the vegetable, can be plucked from the plants when they are green and tender. Drumstick plants typically fruit twice a year in tropical and subtropical climates like India, generally harvesting once in March to April and again in July to September. Okra seeds have a hard seed coat. Soak them in water for 12 to 15 hours before planting to soften the shell and speed up germination. Soil needs to be fertile and well draining. Before planting, mix aged manure or compost into the soil. Make 4 to 5 1-inch deep holes in the soil mix. Be sure to space them 6 to 8 inches apart. Now put 1 to 2 seeds per hole and gently brush loose soil over the holes to cover the seeds. Watering immediately after planting seeds is crucial to kickstart germination. Okra seeds typically take anywhere from 5 to 6 days to germinate. When the seedlings are about 3 to 5 inches tall, thin the plants and leave only the strongest ones. Side dress the plants with aged manure, or you could also apply a balanced liquid fertilizer after every 15 to 20 days. Avoid too much nitrogen, which deters flowering and encourages leafy growth. When you start seeing flowers on your plants, get ready because your okra will be ready in just a few days. These flowers usually bloom for just a single day. Once the flower petals drop off, a small green nub is left behind, which rapidly grows into the okra pod you harvest. Pick the pods when they are young, tender, and about 3 to 4 inches long. If you let them grow too large, they become woody and tough. Use a sharp scissor or garden shear to snip the pods off the stem. Okra plants can produce crop for 10 to 12 weeks. Once okra is ripe, harvest every day. The pods grow so fast and ripen within a day, so you need to pick continually. Overripe okra is too tough to eat. Harvest often. The more you pick, the more flowers will appear, and okra goes from flowering to fruit in a few days. Soak the seeds in water for 15 hours before sowing to speed up germination. Cucumbers thrive in loose, nutrient-rich and well-draining soil. For containers, mix 70% garden soil and 30% aged compost or manure. Make 1-inch deep holes in the soil and place one seed in each hole. Choose good quality seeds for the best germination and healthy plants. Cover seeds with loose soil and water gently but thoroughly to avoid washing them out. Keep the soil consistently moist. The seeds should germinate within 5 to 6 days. As the plants grow, they will start producing flowers. Female flowers will eventually develop into cucumbers. Provide a stake, trellis or support to help the vines climb and grow properly. Fruits will begin to appear after successful pollination. With regular watering, plenty of sunlight and proper support, your cucumber plants will reward you with a healthy harvest. In warm climates, cucumbers can be grown year-round. These annual crops die back after fruiting. Harvest the cucumbers when they are 5 to 7 inches long for the best taste and texture. Cut the stem with garden shears or scissors rather than yanking the fruit off, which can damage the main vine. Frequent harvesting tells the plant to keep producing new fruit.